Hello, my name is Jim Mullany from Sitek Process Solutions. Today is Thursday, March 14th, 2019. Today I'm doing a video source inspection on a remanufactured 4300S spinner inch dryer. For the privacy of our customers, we don't give out their names on our videos. We do reference the purchase order number. It is 508976. We do this because this video will be loaded to our YouTube channel for them to review and accept. So to go over the configuration first, it's a 4300, which is a 8-inch system on a roll-around cabinet. The customer also upgraded to the state-of-the-art Sitek SlickDevice Graphical Interface Controller. This is the most sophisticated controller you can get in the world on running a retrofit into a semi-total spinner inch dryer. The options included, I see DI water recirculation back here. While I'm at the back of the tool also, we have our Sitek label. It has our information. It's model 4300-S. The system serial number is SRD-01136, and the remanufactured date was 3/2019. The other two options, let me look back here, is the resistivity probe. I see that. That's for DI resistivity. And there should be an anti-static module in the system too. And I can see the anti-static module there. This is for 8-inch processing, full boat 8-inch. I'm going to use a kind of standard semi-tool process here in our SlickDevice controller. It's rinse, purge, dry 1, dry 2, 60-second rinse, 10-second purge, a dry 1, which I'll describe in more detail in a second, then a dry 2, which is a longer dry that will also work. As you'll be able to see in the video, the SlickDevice controller is a graphic interface controller. As each step is running, the customer has the N2 saver option. This option allows the system to turn off the N2 automatically when they want to. I don't know if they already use it on our other Slick devices, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Go into the menu. Default is 4 zeros until you program it. N2 settings. So on or off. If you turn it off, then the N2 won't turn off. By leaving it on, you can set a delay time, like 20 seconds. So after the wafers are taken out, the N2 will close off the N2 valve, so you stop purging N2 into the system and you save a lot of money. On a double stack like this, we can see customers on an average basis in an annual year can save anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 depending on the cost of their usage. Usually the N2 usage on a 2300 bowl, which would be a 4300, is a full payback within 2 years, and then after that the customer is saving thousands per year. So I'll get back. I'm not going to go through all the programming because the customer does have Slick devices, and we have lots of videos on our YouTube channel of programming the Slick device. So I already have it programmed in. You would simply just load the cassette like I'm doing. And one of the options also is the customer wanted a right-hand hinge door, which is the opposite of most semi-tools. In fact, you'll see in here we have 4 bowls that are left-hand hinge and 2 are right-hand hinge. So I loaded the wafers. Let me just make sure I loaded them. There we go. They're in there nice. And I hit start. While we're running, I'll give a little bit of input on the process we're running and our remanufacturing process. So right now you're in the rinse. As you can see, the LPP, which is low pressure purge, is on. That's green. And you have your rinse valve green. You can see the water droplets there. And the green there designates what valves are on. So they match. You'll see in different steps, different valves turn on and off. But in this step, only the rinse valve and the LPP are on. I'll wait till I go into the purge, which is only 10 seconds, and then dry 1, because then I'll go into more detail about our company instead of doing it right now when there's only 24 seconds left. You can see the RPM. One of the nice things about our SlickDevice controller, we are a smart controller. We memorize RPMs, and I'll go into that in detail on that in a second. But you can see the semi-tool old controllers used to be plus or minus 4 RPM, fluctuating. We stay dead center on the RPM we chose. Okay, here we go. Now we're going into the next cycle. The purge, N2 valve turned on for purge, and then the N2 purge and the LPP valve. This is a short duration. It's meant to sling the water off the wafers. And now we go into dry 1. So now I'll go ahead and go more detail. In dry 1, the N2 heater's on, the bowl heater's on. You can see the heaters, you can see the element. One thing you'll notice, most people don't know this, the anti-static's not on. The anti-static module only turns on in the dry 2 process. So, as you can see, this is a state-of-the-art controller. For reference, let me just show you this. This is the old semi-tool controller, the PSC 101. Very simple. There's not a lot of brains to it. It doesn't give you diagnostics feedback or anything. So we designed our controller to be the same exact box and a direct retrofit into the systems. And there's thousands worldwide of these systems. Just to show you we're kind of busy in final test, Here's another customer that purchased a low-profile 8-inch. They also opted with a SlickDevice controller. Here's 2 head assemblies that are going to start going through test, and I'll talk about that in a second. And they're just being set up now. So the way our manufacturing process works is we don't care what size tool you purchase from us. We do all sizes, from little parts and pieces all the way up to 300 millimeter. So what we do is when an order comes in, there's a job order that's generated, and then the system that is going to be used is or pulled from stock and parts, and we start the dry build process. That's out in our manufacturing area, and that's where we build the head where it looks like these ones over here. No poly, nothing on it, just a head assembly. It goes through the dry build out there in manufacturing, and once it's built, there's a QC that's done, and then there's a second technician that does the review of the tool to make sure it passes QC. When it passes QC, it's brought into a wet test, like you saw those last 2. Then DI water is put to them, and they actually go through any debugging of leaks or fittings to be tightened. Once that's done, and they've gone through 50 process runs, they get put into their configuration, the actual skins with there. This would be one that has all the skins done. It then goes through debugging again for vibration, for any leaks. After 50 process runs, and manufacturing signs off the tool, sales is called in to go ahead and do a video source inspection. So we're in dry 2 now. So the idea of the semi-tool process, purge and dry 1 or a high RPM, specifically dry 1 is a high RPM to sling the water off of the cassette, wafers, and rotor. Dry 2 is a longer duration, 300 seconds at low RPM, 500. There was many studies done at semi-tool that show that if you can reduce your RPMs in your dry cycle, you'll generally get better particle counts. You'll also notice that the anti-static module is on there. You can see it all lit up. Looks like a lightning bolt. The bowl heater is also on. You notice the bowl heater looks amber or a yellow color. What it is the bowl heater has a process switch that opens and closes, and it must happen at least one time in the process. So right now, that means the bowl heater, the switch is open because the bowl heater is at temp. Once it cools down a little bit, it'll go green again and it'll start heating up. In a typical cycle, that might open and close 2, 3, 4, 5 times. It all depends how long you run. Okay, so while this is finished and running, I'll talk about some of our support. At Sitek Process Solutions, we're the premier supplier of semi-tool remanufactured systems and spare parts in the United States and becoming worldwide. For this model, which is the S model, that uses a brushless motor and a servo drive, we have 100% spare parts. Obviously, we have a brand new state-of-the-art controller. We can do rotors, we can do heater blankets, we can do ACR valves, we can do, Sitek has designed its own replacement servo amp. The old LC4 and LC5 have been discontinued, so we actually support the world in our servo amps. For reference, anybody that has an FSI tool, we also have an FSI servo amp, the replacement, called an LC4 also that we've designed. But if you go to our website at sitekprocess.com, on the left-hand side, you'll see a variety of buttons. The first 7 are all semi-tool related. The first 3 are the tools, which in this case, this is one of them, the S model. The next 3 are the spare parts. You can go to the S model spare parts. You can then look at the pictures, look at the descriptions. We try to do a cross-reference of all past OEM numbers that you can put in our search bar. So we try to make it easy for customers to find parts. Unfortunately, in the past, semi-tool did not document their parts on a tool. But at Sitek, what we do, if I took this cover off, we have our part number on our valves, on our heater blanket, on our pressure switches, on the ACR valves, all the solenoid valves, on our LC4, our LC controller. Every part has that on there, so it makes it very easy to be able to call us for replacement parts. Okay, we have about 2 minutes left. So this tool would have shipped, but for the customer, just so I reference this, this is going to Canada, and there's a CSA inspection needed. We couldn't set up or even start calling to have them come up here and go on the CSA schedule until the tool's done. The customer was trying to decide if they would do the inspection up in Canada or here, and they sent me an email today. It just happened to be the tool's ready today, that they want me to do it here, so we're in coordination now. We're starting to today to find the date that we can have a CSA inspection before it ships to Canada. So we have about a minute and a half left. Also, if you go to our website, you'll see a variety of other products Sitek sells. We do etch equipment, we do ashers, we do microscopes, low and high power, we do a lot of photoresist pumps, we do IDI, millipore, cyber pumps. We also are the #1 remanufacturer of the Integris Floorware cassette and box washers. They're the very large stainless steel systems to clean all your cassettes and boxes. We currently have 3 on the floor that we're doing remanufacturing of. And if you go to our website, you'll see that we offer a variety, a huge variety now, of replacement new parts. That system has been discontinued unless you have the newest model, so we support the old technology. and we do anywhere from 5 to 10 of those systems a year, depending on customer demand. So at 45 seconds is left. What happens at the end of the process, there's what's called the rotor stop positioner. It's back here. It has a piston that shoots out, and it rolls on the cam, the back of the motor. And there's a flat on the cam, and that brings what we call home position. That'll upright to 12 o'clock, so when you take the wafers out, they don't fall out of the cassette. And then right after that happens, I'll hear the door release, and I'll be able to open the door. So we'll wait the last 19 seconds, and you'll see that happen. You can tell Sitek's manufacturing process. Most people, when they see one of our tools, they think it's a brand new system. We have the highest quality, we believe, in the world on our remanufacturing process. Our tools have to run 100% like new and look at least 95% like new. One of the things we also do quite a lot of, and I'll tell you in a second, is refurbishing customers' tools. Alrighty, let's go see here. This just shows the brakes on for the motor. Okay, at 70 RPM, that RSP fired. Now the rotor's uprighting, and we're down 0 RPM. Process complete. There's 3 different ways you can acknowledge. You can hit acknowledge, you can hit the stop, or you can just open the door, and that'll clear it. So I'll just open the door. Okay, what I like to do first, I like to feel for hot N2, nice and warm. Okay, I like to look at the wafers. They look good, they look dry, they're nice and warm. I want to make sure, or the cassette's nice and warm, so I'm sure the wafers are too. I'll put that back inside there. Alrighty, so this will conclude this video source inspection of a fully remanufactured 4300S upgraded to the state-of-the-art Sitek controller. Again, this customer is going to Canada. This tool, we have the crate. We thought we was going to ship today, and because we thought we would do the inspection in Canada. We were hoping, actually, because the customer really, really wants their tool. But now we have to do it here, so this will wait now until we're ready. Oh, and there's the N2 saver one on. So right now, if this was in the fab and you walked away, you would not be using N2, and you'd be saving, like I said, thousands of dollars per year. If there's any questions, my name is Jim Mullany. You can call our main number at 916-797-9000 and ask for anyone in our sales organization. Thank you. Have a great day.